Hey, I am Akansha Agarwal and today I'm here to talk about my project on natural language processing. I did this project with my friend Nishta Dubey. The project idea is quite simple, but yes, you should take note of it that it is extremely useful and has unending applications. The project can further be extended in multiple domains. For instance, you can take the example of social media and entertainment. This project can be used in business prospect too in order to earn money out of it. I think I blabbered a lot about it, but not came to the main point that is about the project. So we'll come back to it later. For now, let's talk about the project. The project idea, as I said, is quite simple, but let's get deep into the idea first. So, our project is actually the news extraction through Twitter, unique news extraction through Twitter API. So, for that, we are using Twitter's Tweepy API, which is available for developer purposes. So, for that, also, you have to register a month or 2 months before and have to send mail. So, that's a different procedure. So, once you get the credentials, you can start working on your project. Let us first execute the project. So for that, we have to first go to the command prompt. So I'll go to the search bar and write CMD, which is short form for command prompt. So here you can see the command prompt. I'll press enter. So actually my project is in this folder, which is the desktop, which is in the desktop proj, NLP newsfeed. So I'll go into this folder and write cd desktop, cd desktop proj NLP newsfeed. So this is my folder in which I have all the files. So after going into the folder, first of all, I have installed Django on the virtual environment so that I have a separate environment for working. So I'll go to my virtual environment which I created earlier. So now I am on my virtual environment test. So this is actually the project structure. This folder accounts is for managing all the accounts for the login and registration processes. Assets assets actually contain all the images, JavaScript, styles, which means CSS. So it contains all of those things, and there are some plugins installed also. So these are simple things which are there in assets. Then templates contain all the HTML files. So here are all the HTML files. Then this folder is actually for the display of the content on the web page. So this will fetch the content and display on the web page. And news folder is for the news extraction. So it will extract the news. So we'll not be able to understand it like this. So let's go to the output first. So I'll write a command python manage.py run server, press enter, and this will start my server. So as you can see, my server is started at this IP address. So I'll copy this link. I'll go to my browser and I'll paste that link over here. So as you can see, this page is getting fetched. Yeah, so this page is completely fetched right now. So Resto News, so there are certain section like home, about us, news, contact, register, and login. And there, if I scroll down, there is this know the latest trend and news, get top trending Twitter news. So you will be searching by writing any place over here and then going to the search button. So like this, and there are certain destinations. You can even search like this, word India, Bangalore like this. You can just click on the button and the news will be fetched. And yeah, then this is the footer where the subscribe button for the newsletter is given. Yeah. So now what we'll be doing is, first of all, if any user wants to register, if he is new, he'll go to the register. So I'll be registering a new user. Oops, it's email. Then password. Yeah. Now I'll be clicking on submit. Page is quite simple, but yeah. Now I'll be redirected directly to the login page. So let's take over here. 2, 3, 4. Submit. Yeah. So now since I have logged in, it is saying hello Akansha. Instead of registering and login, it is saying hello Akansha, and here I have a logout button. So if I log out from it, this will ask me to register or log in. So now if I click on the login button, and once again, if I enter my credentials which I used before, I'll be logged in again. So this is one thing about authentication of the user. Then the other one is searching news by place, which is the main thing which we want to do right now. So let's say I want to search the news of Bangalore. I click on search. Let's wait for some time. So yes, news is getting fetched right now. Yeah. So this is the name of the page, you can say, or the website which I made, Best News. Then there are these top trends which are there between the horizontal lines. So COVID-19, government, Kashmir, Congress. Yeah. So these are the things which are trending right now in Bangalore. You can see. So there are the tweets which are there. For example, today's feature is at the rate team Green Acres, a rescue center in flag dedicated to helping animals in need, like spread. Yeah. So this is and after that there is the sentiment analysis done, which is neutral in this case, and then whether it is already in English or is translated from some other language. So in this case, you can see all of these tweets are already in English. Now, if I go to government, yeah, all these tweets again are for English only. Dr. Rick Bright, a senior government scientist who was reassigned, filled a whistleblower complaint Tuesday, which etc. etc. So yeah, it is positive already in English. And yes, of course, you can refer to the tweet by the link given. Yeah, then there's this Kashmir, all of them in English. Yeah, this one is translated from Hindi. RT at the rate Gaurav. Yeah, so this is the retweet. So 50-year-old immature boy Rahul Gandhi, who will now be called a traitor. Rahul Gandhi, photojournalist from Jammu and Kashmir, who is etc. etc. So this is neutral and it is translated from Hindi. Yeah, so this thing is mentioned. Let's try a different language now. So we have translated from Hindi to English. Okay, so Bangalore people uses a lot of English nowadays. Let's go to Paris. I think we'll get some French language. So if I go to Paris, let's see whether we get French translation or not. Yes, so yeah, most of them are translated from French. Though so the trending tweets, I mean the trending trends are Harry Potter, Cauchemar and Cuisine, po- Pollard, Comillisotus. Nice. So Harry Potter is just the best saga of all time. Yeah, neutral. So this is translated from French, and then the scene with Cedric. Cedric's father is one of my favorites for me. It is really the moment when Harry Potter goes from one. So this is also neutral. So this is also translated from French. So all these five are translated from French in this case. Yeah, in this case, all the three are translated from French. Yeah, so everything is translated from French in this case. Yeah, if I reload it, now this one is translated from French. This is already in English, so it is not translated. Then the next one is also translated from French. Now this is already in English, and the next is translated from French. Yeah, these three are translated from French. Rest everything is in French, I guess. No, these two are translated. These two are already in English, so no translation is done. Pattinson is having a breakdown somewhere right now. Okay, so these are the things which are there. Let's try one more thing. Let's go to India and see what is happening. What is the most trending news in India right now? If I go to search, yeah. So India daughter Safura, girls locker room, rupees 13, anti-national Rahul Gandhi. These are the top trends which are there in India right now. So RT dot okay. Will you speak something about Indian daughters of Fora? Okay, so these are already in English. This is translate. These three are translated from Hindi. Everything in English. Then this one is translated from Hindi. Central government increases excise by rupees 10 on petrol and rupees 13 on diesel. Hashtag central government, etc. Then anti-national Rahul Gandhi. So English, Hindi, English. Okay. So these were the news for India. Okay, so this was about the user interface, how it is working and how it is getting the news and everything. So this was about the user interface. So user will either type the name of the city and click on search or the name of the place, state, anything and click on search and he'll get the top trends and the related news for it. So this is how the API is working. I hope now it's quite clear how it is working altogether. So I'll click on log out and I'll go to the project in depth. So if I go to the folder, so NLP newsfeed, this is the folder which we are concerned with. So NLP newsfeed, if I go to this folder, there is one file called settings.file or settings.py. It's a Python file. So settings.py, it's a file. So what this file contains is all the settings about the images, the media files, and how other files are linked to it. So all of it is there in settings file. Then the URLs file contain the URLs path. What happens if I go to .extract URL, or if I go to /extract URL? So URLs file mention the path or the function which URL has to follow. This was about NLP newsfeed. Yes, so settings.py file, if I go, so if I go in this file, so the base directory, secret key, allowed host, and everything else is mentioned in this file. So what are our apps? So Twitter and accounts are the apps which we created, and also the news app. So three apps we created by ourselves, and rest of it is configured by itself whenever we create an app or whenever we start a project. So the apps which we made are Twitter, accounts, and news. So these are the three apps which we made and updated over here in this file. And then the templates, the path to the templates folder. So this is mentioned over here. Then again next everything else is mentioned, like what database to be used over here. Then if I go down, I have specify the path for the static files, which are there in the static folder, which are the style file, javascript file, images file, and all those things. So I have mentioned the path over here, which is there in the assets folder. So in the assets folder, all of it is mentioned. I mean, all of the static files are there. I mean, to say the images, javascript, css, I mean the style file. So everything is there in that. So this is about the settings.py file. Next, what happens is in this, I also have urls.py file. So if I click on it, it says if I go to admin, it will take me to the admin site. If I go to this, it will take me to twitters.urls, which means that whenever I click on that 127 point whatever that URL link is there, so if I click on that, it will take me to twitter.urls. So let us do one thing. Let's go to twitters.urls. Where's Twitter? So twitter.urls. So if I go to twitter.urls, it is saying that for this path, take me to the views.index, or the name of the function is index. So it will take me to views.index. So in this, where is this view? So in this, we'll be having an index function. So what this index function is doing is it is returning me the index.html file. So index.html file is wholly responsible for the home page which we are getting. So index.html is the home page file which we are getting. Yeah. So this is the whole index.html file. As you can see over here, it's almost 364 lines of code. Okay, so this is about the index.html file. So now whenever user go on that link, it will take them to this index.html file. Now what I said is what user will do after going to the home page, what he will do is he will either log in or register. So whenever he clicks on login or log out, so what happens? Let's see. So here it is, about us, news, contact. Yeah. So if that person goes on where it is, yeah, if that person goes on register or login, it will go to the link is account/register. So let's go to the accounts folder and go, where's the accounts folder? Yeah. So this is the accounts folder. urls.py, so account slash register. So whenever I go to this link, it will be calling the views.register function. So I'll go to views, and in this register function will be there. So if I go to register link, if I click on registration, it will take me it in the backend, the register function will be there. So what this function do is it will see first of all whether it is a post request or a get request. If it is a post request, then only it is going to see if everything is matching or not, and then only is going to register. So if it is a post request, it will get the first name. It will get the first name, last name, username, email, password 1, password 2. If password 1 and password 2, actually the password 2 is the validation password for confirmation. So if password 1 is equal to password 2, the user and if the username is not taken. So what this if is doing is, if the username is not taken, um, it will check if the username is taken or not. If the username is taken, it will save this info to the messages that username is already taken. So return redirect register. So let's see how this is working. So if I go to register, just now I registered Akanksha over here. So I'll write again the same thing. So this is not registering me. It is not taking me to the login page. So this is about the register, and then elif, if email exists, then it will have this message that email is already taken, and it will redirect you to the register page itself. Otherwise, if this is not the case, what it will do is it will create a user with the given username, password, email ID, last name and first name and username, and it will save it, and then it will make you go to the login page, and there you log in. So this is all the things which you need to see, and this is the register.html page which it is displaying. So whenever the user go to this page, so over here we are displaying the messages. For message and messages, these things are displayed. So this is quite simple form where registration is done, and whenever anyone clicks on register, what it will do, I mean submit button, what it will do is it will go to the views function, it will call the register function, and everything this will create an account for that person. Now what happens if user go to login function? So what happens is it will call the login.html file. What happens over here is whenever I'll click on submit button, I'll go to the URL slash login. Whatever URL is there, I'll go to URL slash login. So let's see what happens if I go to slash login. Where's URLs file for accounts? Here it is. So if I go to slash login, it will take me to views.login function. So in views file, I'll be having a login function. So this login function is responsible for logging the user into the system. So this is if request with method equals to post username is equal to, so it will take the username and password from the user, and then it will see if the user is already there or not. So user equals to auth.authenticate username. So if user is there or not, so if user is there, it will pass, it will actually have an object. So user will be the object which is passed. So if it is not there, it will, the value of user will be not none. So we'll be seeing if user is not none, then which means that if a user is there, then login the user, otherwise print invalid credentials, and redirect him to login page again so that he can log in again. Otherwise, if it's not a post request, if it's a get request, then again render the login.html file. So this is about login. Now we'll be talking about logout. So for the logout, what happens is uh, there is index.html. Yeah. So what happens is if the user, when he is already logged in, if the user clicks on logout, he will be taken to account/logout. So what happens is where is URLs file for accounts? So account/URLs. So when it goes to logout, it will be calling views.logout and name is equal to logout. So views.logout. So views will be having a logout function. So this function is responsible for logging out. So auth.logout request return redirect slash. So what it will do is return redirect slash will make you go back again to the home page. So this function will log out you from the current session, and this return redirect slash will make you go to the home page again. So this was completely about authentication of the user, keeping the track of the user, what the user is doing, keeping the log file of the user. So this was about the user authentication module. Now the next module is about extraction of data and all those things. So what happens is, first of all, the user will write the place of the place he wants to get the news of, and then he will click on the search button. Let's see where it is in this file. So here it is. So whenever he clicks on the search button, what happens is he will go to news/extract file. So news/extract. Now accounts is closed, so this module is gone. Now we'll be talking about news. So news/extract. So this will go to URLs file of it. So news/extract. This is nothing. Yeah. So news/extract. So if he goes on this path, what happens is it will call the views.extract function. So in the views file, we must be having the extract function. So whenever user submits, user write a place and clicks on submit, the views.extract function is called. So in views file, we must be having an extract function. So this function will be called whenever user writes the name of the place and clicks on submit. So what happens is it will make a dictionary. It's empty dictionary. This will be responsible for holding all the tweets and everything else. I mean all the data. So if request.post is equal to post, so it will check request.method equals to post. If so, it will check if it's a post request or not, because we are submitting the data. So we in the form we wrote the form method as post. So it's very important to check if the method is post or not. So if the request method is post, what happens is I will take the in this line I am taking the place. If I am writing Bangalore, the value of this variable place will be Bangalore. So this place, I'll check if it is word, then WOEID, the I you can say it's a variable. So WOEID, it's word ID, something like that. So this is one, and if it's India, this is this. We tried to integrate it with API, but currently the WOEID is, I don't know, but I think it's blacklisted. We tried to search a lot in the internet. Earlier it was available, but now it's very rare to find the WEID of places. So we try to search as many as we can, and right now we only have for seven, I guess. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven. Yeah. Right now we only have for seven places. So we made an if and else loop. So by this we'll be getting WEID. So API acquisition. So this what happens is in this it is creating an object of Twitter client class. So what happens is this is the Twitter client class which we have. So it is making an object of this. So in this we are having this is a function in itself. So whenever the object for this class is made, Twitter client class is made, this function will be executed by itself. You are not supposed to make it execute separately by writing the name of the function or like that. So whenever an object will be created, this function will be executed by itself. So it is like a constructor. As if you want to compare it with Java, it is like the constructor. So this is responsible for the authentication with TWEP API. So this is having consumer key, secret key, token key, consumer secret key, and then this will authenticate with the Twitter API. If the authentication is failed, it will print a message that authentication is failed. So this is responsible for the authentication. Right now we are concerned with the API only. So now trends equals to API.API.trends place WOEID. So what happens is this trend place function will take WOEID as a parameter as an input, and it will return the trends which are the popular. So trends equals to JSON.loads, JSON.dumps, trends indent 1. See, this indentation is just for proper viewing. If you remove it too, it does not cause any harm. So this will have uh, this trends will have a complete dictionary, you can say, which is in JSON format. So it will have everything. I mean all the trends which are there. So this contains all the information that you want, like trends, the URLs, the date, and everything else. So yeah, how many retweets are there, how many tweets are there, every information is there in this dictionary, or you can say yeah, JSON string, whatever it is returning. So now I have made two variables like news count and trend count. So this function for trend and trend zero trends, so what this do is it will take top four trends. So it will take top four trends and then it will strip it off. I mean the trends will be like hashtag uh, girls locker room, yeah, or hashtag boys locker room, I guess. Yeah. So this, it will be having hashtag. So this hashtag will be stripped off so that we have a proper name. So this will act as a key, and the list will have the tweets which we are having. So in this dictionary which we made, it will be like the dictionary, uh, the trend will be the key of the dictionary, and this list which is there, so this list will contain all the tweets. So yeah, so it will have all the tweets, and it will render request extract.html. So it will display as extract.html, and and this dictionary is passed in this extract.html. Let's go to extract.html. What happens over here is whatever key and value are there in dict.items, that is the dictionary which we passed in with the request object, so it will print the key. So what happens is it will print the key. So this key will be in the heading, and then for whatever value is there in that array, it will print the text, which is the tweet itself and the sentiment of it, and whether it is translated from any language to English or it is already there in English. So this will be there, and it's quite simple. So what else functions we are having in Views.py of news? So now what we are having is clean tweet function. So this clean tweet function is responsible for cleaning the tweet. So this is complete regex, which I have written over here. Then this cat tweet sentiment. So this will get you the sentiment of the tweet by analyzing the polarity of the tweet. So if the polarity is greater than zero, it will be positive. If it is equal to zero, it will be neutral, and if it is less than zero, it will be negative. So this is done by the text blob which is already present. So next is this get tweets function. So what this get tweet function will do is it will fetch the tweets from this api.search method. So this every time it will fetch 5 tweets. So I have mentioned the count as 5. It will fetch 5 tweets and queries actually the trend. So this will search the it will search for the trend and the popular tweets. So whatever fetched tweets are there, I'll check what the language is. So this will detect the language of the tweet. If the language is English, then you have then DST contains the string which was there in the output if you remember. So it is already in English or it is translated from some language. So that is stored actually in DST variable. So right now we don't have to do anything. So this translation contains the translated text which is there, which is in English. So if it is already in English, that will be equal to tweet.text, which is the original tweet itself. And if it is in some other language, it will be converted to English and then it will be stored in translation. So translation is for storing the tweet in English language, and DST is for telling whether it is translated from some other language or it was originally in English only. So this is for that. So if the language is in Hindi, then this will translate. So translator from Hindi to English, it will translate, and then yeah, so this translation, this variable as I said, it will contain the tweet.text which is translated. So now DST will be this is translated from Hindi. So it's in English, it is translated from Hindi. So FR stems from French. So same thing is done from French and then for Tamil. Now analysis is equal to text blob. So now this analysis is done and sentiment if you remember we saw that get tweet sentiment function. So this get tweet sentiment function will return me a string whether it's a positive, negative or neutral. So this is there. So self dot get tweet sentiment. So get tweet sentiment will get you the sentiment. So now I have all the three things which is necessary: the text, the tweet itself, and the sentiment, and the language of the tweet, whether it is already in English or it is translated from some other language that will be mentioned over there. So this is for removing any duplicates if there are any. So in order to make sure that we are not passing any duplicate entries to the UI, this is done. So at last it will return tweets, and if there is an error, it will print the error to the console. So this get tweets function is going to return the tweets, and this get tweet function is itself calling the get tweet sentiment function and clean tweet function. So in this code, when I was calling this get tweet function, all the rest of the two were called by itself. So here it is. In API get tweet, so api.getTweets. So as I said, it will take the trend or whatever trend is there, which is popular, and then the count. This 5 represents the count of the tweets which we want right now. So if I increase it to 10, 10 tweets will be fetched for each trend. So this is it. So this is the overall working, how everything is working. Now the last thing which I would like to mention is we tried to do it the other way round too. Instead of using text blob, we tried to do it the other way round too. Yeah, so this is the file for it. So this is the same thing which we did over there. It's completely same. What differs in both the approach is the how the sentiment is done and how we have made made sure that the same tweet is not given to the UI twice. For now, also, it is not given to the UI twice, but yes, it can happen. So, in order to avoid it, the tokenization, the send tokenize and word tokenize, and all those things were done, but it was not that effective, due to which we shifted to the text blob and all those things. I mean, the text blob inbuilt function which is there. So we try to do it, and it is working completely fine. I try to give my best effort possible. I think it's understandable and clear from my end too. So earlier I also talked about the extension of this project. So yes, this project can be further extended in various ways in multiple domains possible. So one example of it is social media and uh, entertainment field. So there is no loyalty program existing in social media and entertainment field. So if you want, this project can be extended to the loyalty program generation for the social media and entertainment field. So what we can do in that is we can identify the top fans for some actors. Actors will be providing money, or they will be, according to the list, they will be doing something. So what happens is they will be giving money, or yeah. So whatever mediator is there, so they will be distributing it in some half, or you can say in two portions. So what happens is one portion will keep for themselves and the other portion they will keep for the um, fans. So they can provide the loyalty to the fans, whatever they decide to, and they can advertise it. So what happens is this will help in advertisement, this will help in getting the publicity to the actors and the, the producers, and yeah, it will increase the revenue, and they will also get the love from the fans and others, and fans will also get the recognition. So this is like everyone is involved: fans, the mediator, and the actors or producers or whatever. So everyone is involved, and everyone will be doing their part. So everyone is getting benefited from this. So there are multiple divisions of this project. This project can be extended in various ways. It can be used in various ways just by changing the context, but the functionality remains the same. So this was our project which we did. We use extractions from the Twitter. Uh, the main components include the authentication to the Twitter. The main modules include the authentication to the Twitter API. Then um, tweets extraction, and then tweets processing, in which the cleaning of the tweets will be done, sentiment analysis of the tweets will be done, the language will be detected, whether it's in Hindi, English, French, Tamil, whichever language it is. And then if it is not English, the language will be converted to English, and it will be displayed that it is converted from which language. So this is what we did in our project. I hope everything is clear so far. Thank you.